Your broker just rejected your insurance, and you have no idea why. Here is a shattering truth that 90% of new authorities never discover until they lose their first load. A missing phrase in your policy can cost you thousands in lost revenue. You got your policy, you filed your insurance, and your MC number is active. You think you are ready to haul loads for the biggest brokers in the industry. But here is the gut-wrenching reality that most new carriers never discover. Brokers require specific wording in your policy that is not automatically included. Brokers require primary and non-contributory wording in your insurance policy. Without this arcane phrase, your broker will reject your coverage, refuse to give you loads, and leave your truck sitting empty while other carriers make money. Most policies do not include this wording by default. Your agent will not tell you about it because they assume you know. Brokers will not explain it because they assume you already have it. And you will lose loads because nobody told you what to look for. By the end of this video, you will know exactly what primary and non-contributory means, where to find it in your policy, and how to verify it before your broker rejects your coverage. There is one document in your policy that either has this wording or it does not. And if you do not know where to look, you're a driver with a policy that brokers will reject. I am about to show you exactly where to find it. You get your insurance policy. You pay your premium, and you assume you are fully covered and ready to haul loads for brokers. You trust your agent. You trust your policy. And you trust that your broker will accept your coverage without any issues. Here is the arcane truth that 90% of new authorities never discover until their first load is rejected. Brokers require specific wording in your insurance policy that is not automatically included in standard policies. The primary and non-contributory wording is a critical clause that determines whether your policy will pay first in an accident or share liability with other policies. Without this wording, your broker will reject your coverage, refuse to give you loads, and leave your truck sitting empty while other carriers with the correct wording get all the work. Your survival depends on understanding this hidden requirement before you waste time and money on a policy that brokers will not accept. The agent will not tell you about it. The broker will not explain it, and you will lose loads because nobody told you what to look for. Your future in trucking depends on knowing the truth about this missing clause. You have an accident, and you assume your policy will pay the claim because you have full coverage. Here is the unsettling reality that destroys your understanding. Primary means your policy pays first in an accident, regardless of whether there's another policy that could also cover the claim. If your policy is not primary, the other party's insurance will try to claim first, causing delays, disputes, and legal battles that can drag on for months. Brokers require primary coverage because they want certainty that your policy will pay first if there's an accident, without any confusion or delay. If your policy is not primary, your broker will reject your coverage and refuse to give you loads. Your survival depends on understanding that primary determines whose policy pays first, and without it, your broker will not accept your coverage. You will save time by ensuring your policy has this wording. You will save money by avoiding rejected loads, and you will protect your business from legal battles. Verify this clause before you accept any loads from any broker. You have an accident, and you assume your policy will pay its fair share because you have liability coverage. Here is the arcane truth that creates confusion. Non-contributory means your policy will not contribute to paying a claim alongside another policy. It will either pay the full claim or not pay at all, depending on the situation. Brokers require non-contributory wording because they want certainty that your policy will not try to share liability with their own policy. If your policy is contributory, the broker's policy may have to pay part of the claim, exposing them to financial loss. Brokers do not want this risk, so they reject policies that do not have the non-contributory wording. Your survival depends on understanding that non-contributory ensures your policy pays a full claim without sharing liability, protecting the broker from financial exposure. Do not assume your policy has this wording, because it often does not. Verify it yourself. You send your certificate of insurance to your broker, and you assume it is sufficient because it shows you have coverage. Here is the revelatory truth that exposes a hidden requirement. Brokers require the primary and non-contributory wording because it protects them from liability in an accident. Brokers are intermediaries between shippers and carriers, and they are often named as additional insureds on your policy. If your policy is not primary and non-contributory, the broker's own policy may be forced to pay first, exposing them to financial loss and increased premiums. Brokers do not want this risk, so they simply reject policies that do not have the required wording. Your survival depends on understanding that the broker's requirement is not optional. It is mandatory. If your policy does not have this wording, your broker will reject your coverage and refuse to give you loads. Do not waste time and money on a policy that does not meet the broker's requirements. Verify this before you buy. You have a policy and you assume your broker is protected because you have liability coverage. Here is the shocking truth that leaves brokers exposed. When you list a broker as an additional insured on your policy, they expect your policy to pay first in an accident. If your policy does not have the primary and non-contributory wording, the broker's own policy may be required to pay first, leaving them financially exposed. Brokers do not want this risk, so they reject policies that do not have a required wording. Your survival depends on understanding that listing a broker as an additional insured is not enough. You must also have the correct wording in your policy. Without the primary and non-contributory wording, your broker will reject your coverage, refuse to give you loads, and your truck will sit empty. Do not assume that additional insured status is sufficient. Verify the wording yourself. You buy a standard insurance policy, and you assume it includes all the necessary wording required by brokers and shippers. Here is a critical truth that exposes a deception. Most standard policies do not include the primary and non-contributory wording by default. This wording is often an optional endorsement that you must specifically request from your agent. If you do not request it, your policy will not have it, and brokers will reject your coverage. Your survival depends on understanding that standard policies are not designed for trucking with brokers. They are designed for general liability. You must specifically ask your agent to add the primary and non-contributory endorsement to your policy. Do not assume it is included. Do not trust your agent to add it automatically. And verify it yourself before you send it to any broker. Your business depends on having the correct wording in your policy. You send your certificate of insurance to a broker and you expect them to accept your coverage and give you loads. Here is the gut-wrenching truth that ends your timeline. If your policy does not have the primary and non-contributory wording, your broker will reject your coverage immediately. The broker will not call you to explain why. They will not give you a chance to fix it, and they will simply move on to the next carrier who has the correct wording. You will lose loads, you will lose revenue, and your truck will sit empty while you scramble to fix the problem. Your survival depends on understanding that brokers have dozens of carriers to choose from, and they will not wait for you to fix your policy. If your policy does not have the correct wording, you are wasting your time. Verify your policy before you send it to any broker. You have an accident, and you assume your policy will cover the claim because you have liability coverage. Here is the devastating truth that leaves you financially exposed. If your policy does not have the primary and non-contributory wording, your policy may not pay the claim at all. The broker's policy may be forced to pay first, and the broker will come after you for reimbursement. You will be personally liable for the accident, including all damages, legal fees, and judgments against you. Your survival depends on understanding that the missing wording is not just a technicality. It is a critical clause that determines who pays in an accident. Without the primary and non-contributory wording, you are exposed to financial destruction. Never assume your policy covers everything. Verify the wording yourself before you haul a single load. You have your policy and you want to verify whether it includes the primary and non-contributory wording. Here is the arcane truth that helps you find it. You must check your policy's declarations page and endorsements section to find the required wording. Look for the words primary and non-contributory, or primary insurance and non-contributory insurance in your policy documents. If you cannot find it, call your agent and demand a clear answer in writing. Your survival depends on knowing exactly where to look in your policy, because your broker will not accept anything less. If you do not find the wording, your policy does not have it, and your broker will reject your coverage. Do not assume it is included. Verify it yourself and get written confirmation from your agent. Your business depends on it. You call your agent and ask if your policy includes the primary and non-contributory wording. Here is the overlooked truth that creates confusion. Many agents do not understand what this wording means or why brokers require it. Your agent may tell you that your policy is standard or fully covered without actually checking the wording. If your agent does not know what you're asking about, you cannot trust their answer. Your survival depends on asking the right question and demanding written confirmation of the wording. Do not accept verbal assurances from your agent. Get it in writing. If your agent cannot provide written confirmation that your policy includes the primary and non-contributory wording, your policy does not have it. Find a new agent who understands the trucking industry and broker requirements. You discover that your policy does not include the primary and non-contributory wording, and you need to add it immediately. Here is the overlooked truth that can save your business. You can request an endorsement to add the primary and non-contributory wording to your existing policy. Contact your agent and specifically request the primary and non-contributory endorsement or primary insurance endorsement. Your agent should be able to add it within a few days, but you must follow up to ensure it is actually added. Your survival depends on understanding that this is an optional endorsement that you must request. It is not automatically included. If your agent says it is not available, find a new agent who can provide the coverage you need. Your business depends on having this wording in your policy. Do not operate without it. You send your certificate of insurance to your broker, and you assume they will accept it without checking the details. Here is the ruthless reality that destroys your assumption. Brokers will review your certificate of insurance carefully to verify that it includes the primary and non-contributory wording. If the wording is not present, the broker will reject your coverage and refuse to give you loads. Your survival depends on understanding that brokers have compliance departments that check every single policy they receive. You cannot sneak past a compliance check because they know exactly what to look for. If your policy does not have the correct wording, you will be rejected. Verify your policy before you send it to any broker. Do not waste your time or theirs. You have your certificate of insurance, and you assume it shows all the important details of your policy. Here is the insidious truth that catches carriers off guard. The certificate of insurance does not show the primary and non-contributory wording. The COI only shows basic details like policy number, effective dates, and coverage limits. The primary and non-contributory wording is found in your declarations page or endorsement section, not on the COI. Your survival depends on understanding that you cannot rely on the COI alone to verify the wording. You must request the full policy documents and review the declarations page and endorsements to find the required wording. Do not assume that because your COI looks good, your policy has a wording. Verify it yourself with the full policy documents. You have your policy documents, and you want to verify the primary and non-contributory wording. Here's a cryptic truth that helps you find it. The declarations page is the first page of your policy that shows your name, policy number, effective dates, and coverage limits. The primary and non-contributory wording is often listed in the endorsements section or policy conditions section of your policy. If you cannot find it, call your agent and ask them to point out to you. Your survival depends on knowing exactly where to look in your policy, because brokers will not accept anything less. If you do not find the wording, your policy does not have it, and your broker will reject your coverage. Do not assume it is included. Verify it yourself and get written confirmation from your agent. You have a policy, and you are about to accept your first load from a broker. Here is a non-negotiable truth that protects your business. You must verify that your policy includes a primary and non-contributory wording before you accept any load from any broker. If you wait until after you are rejected, you will lose time, money, and credibility with brokers. Your survival depends on completing the verification process before you send your certificate of insurance to any broker. Check your declarations page, check your endorsements, and call your agent to confirm the wording in writing. Do not operate without verifying this wording because your broker will reject your coverage and your truck will sit empty. Protect your business by verifying your policy before you haul. You want to verify that your insurance policy includes a required primary and non-contributory wording so brokers accept your coverage and give you loads. Here is the revelatory truth that saves your authority and protects your business. You must complete a 6-step verification protocol before you send your certificate of insurance to any broker. Step 1. Request the full policy documents from your agent, including the declarations page and all endorsements. Step 2. Review the declarations page and endorsements section to find the words primary and non-contributory. Step 3. If you cannot find the wording, call your agent and specifically ask if your policy includes a primary and non-contributory endorsement. Step 4. If your policy does not include the wording, request the endorsement to be added immediately. Step 5. Once the endorsement is added, request written confirmation from your agent that the wording is now included in your policy. Step 6. Send your updated certificate of insurance to your broker and confirm that they accept your coverage. If you follow these steps, you will never face a broker rejection because of missing wording. The agent works for you, but you are the only one who can protect your business from lost loads. Your survival depends on verifying your policy before you send it to any broker. Protect your authority, protect your revenue, and never operate without the primary and non-contributory wording. You send your certificate of insurance to a broker, and you expect them to accept your coverage because you have a valid policy number. Here is the arcane truth that destroys your revenue. Brokers will reject your coverage if your policy does not include the primary and non-contributory wording. When your broker rejects your policy, you lose loads, you lose revenue, and your truck sits empty while other carriers with the correct wording get all the work. Each rejected load costs you hundreds or thousands of dollars in lost revenue, and over a year, this can add up to tens of thousands of dollars in lost income. Your survival depends on understanding that the missing wording is not a minor issue. It is a critical requirement that determines whether you get loads or your truck sits empty. The money you saved on your policy is nothing compared to the money you lose from rejected loads. Your business cannot survive if you cannot get work, and brokers will not give you work if your policy does not have the required wording. You think that even if your broker rejects your policy, you can go directly to shippers and get loads without a broker. Here's a revelatory truth that destroys this assumption. Most shippers follow the same standards as brokers and require the primary and non-contributory wording for the same liability reasons. Shippers do not want to take the risk of a policy that does not pay first in an accident, leaving them exposed to lawsuits. If a shipper accepts your policy and later finds out it does not have the correct wording, they will drop you and find another carrier. Your survival depends on understanding that shippers are even more risk-averse than brokers because they have more to lose. The shipper will simply move on to the next carrier with proper wording, leaving you without work and without revenue. Do not assume that skipping the broker will solve your problem, because the shipper will reject you just as quickly. Your business depends on having the correct wording that is accepted everywhere. You wonder if it is really worth the effort to add the primary and non-contributory wording to your policy. Here is the shocking truth that makes the decision clear. Having this wording in your policy is worth every single penny because it opens doors to loads that other carriers cannot access. With this wording, your broker will accept your coverage without questions. Your shippers will trust you, and your business will grow without the fear of rejected loads. Your survival depends on understanding that the extra effort to add this endorsement is an investment in your business's future, not an expense. The time you spend verifying your policy is nothing compared to the money you will lose from rejected loads. Add the wording now to protect your revenue and your future forever. You trust your agent to know exactly what brokers require and to guide you accordingly. Here is the critical truth that exposes a hidden problem. Many agents do not understand the trucking industry or the requirements of brokers. They sell insurance for cars, homes, and businesses, but they do not know the specific requirements of trucking brokers. Your survival depends on understanding that your agent may not know what they're talking about when it comes to primary and non-contributory wording. You must be your own advocate and verify the wording yourself. Do not assume that your agent has added the required endorsement just because they say they have. Demand written confirmation and review your policy documents yourself. Your business is too important to trust to an agent who does not understand the trucking industry. Find an agent who specializes in trucking insurance and understands broker requirements. You send your certificate of insurance to a broker, and you assume they will not check the details because they have many carriers. Here is the gut-wrenching truth that destroys your assumption. Brokers have compliant departments that audit every single policy they receive. They check for the primary and non-contributory wording. the correct coverage limits, and the MCS 90 endorsement. If your policy does not have the correct wording, you will be rejected immediately. Your survival depends on understanding that brokers do not overlook missing wording. They have been burned by carriers who did not have the correct wording, and they will not take the risk again. If your policy does not have the required wording, you will be rejected and you will lose loads. Verify your policy before you send it to any broker and protect your business. You have an accident and you assume your policy will pay the claim because you have liability coverage. Here is the devastating truth that can save your protection. If your policy does not have the primary and non-contributory wording, your policy may not pay the claim at all. The broker's policy may be forced to pay first, and the broker will come after you for reimbursement. You will be personally liable for the accident, including all damages, medical bills, legal fees, and any judgments against you. Your survival depends on understanding that the missing wording is not just a technicality. It is a critical clause that determines whether your policy pays or denies the claim. Never assume your policy covers everything. Verify the wording yourself and ensure your policy will pay when you need it most. Protect your business from financial destruction by verifying your policy before you haul. You add the primary and non-contributory endorsement to your policy, and you assume applies to all your operations retroactively. Here is the overlooked truth that creates a gap in your protection. The endorsement may only apply from the date it was added, not retroactively. If you had an accident before the endorsement was added, your policy may not pay the claim because the wording was not in place at the time. Your survival depends on understanding the effective date of the endorsement and ensuring it covers your entire period of operation. If the endorsement is not retroactive, you may be exposed to claims from accidents that happened before the wording was added. Verify the effective date of the endorsement with your agent and ensure it covers your entire period of operation. Do not assume the endorsement applies retroactively because it often does not. If you want the complete primary and non-contributory verification checklist and the exact wording to look for in your policy, drop primary in the comments below. Everything else is in your hands. Verify first, haul second. If this video helped you, consider subscribing to New Authority Trucking Insurance Guide on YouTube. I break down FMCSA rules, insurance traps, and compliance hacks so you can build your trucking business the right way. New videos drop twice a day. Don't miss the one that could save you thousands on your next renewal. I'll catch you in the next one. Your MCS 150 form is the backbone of your FMCSA registration. And if it's wrong, your US.dot number gets deactivated before you even know it. The 5 errors I covered today cause 90% of rejections, but they are completely preventable with the right checklist. If you want the exact 5-step MCS 150 verification checklist to avoid rejection and keep your authority active, drop the word MCS 150 in the comments below. I will send you the complete guide that covers every error, every mismatch, and every deadline you need track. Because one wrong box on your MCS 150 can cost you weeks of delay, but the one who verifies first gets approved first. If you want a complete step-by-step guide and the exact checklist for everything I covered in this video, drop the word keyword in the comments below, because knowing is one thing, but having it in your hands is everything. If you found this breakdown helpful, subscribe to New Authority Trucking Insurance Guide on YouTube for more expert insights, step-by-step compliance guides, and hidden strategies to protect your trucking authority. I release new videos daily at 6:30 a.m. and 8 p.m. to help you save time, save money, and stay compliant with FMCSA rules without expensive consultants. Your subscription ensures you never miss the next critical breakdown, because your authority deserves the right protection. Stay safe, stay legal, and I'll see you in the next video. If this video helped you, consider subscribing to New Authority Trucking Insurance Guide on YouTube. I break down FMCSA rules, insurance traps, and compliance hacks so you can build your trucking business the right way. New videos drop twice a day. Don't miss the one that could save you thousands on your next renewal. I'll catch you in the next one. There's always one question that every carrier asks after watching these videos. How do I apply this to my situation right now? The answer is simpler than you think. Every video on this channel comes with a hidden checklist that you can access just by commenting the keyword I mentioned at the end, because I know that reading it once is not enough. The real value is in having a step-by-step guide you can download, print, and check off as you go. And this time is no different. Comment the word I mentioned earlier, and I will send you the exact breakdown that 90% of carriers never discover until it's too late. Your success is not a matter of luck. It is a matter of preparation, and that preparation starts right here. The truth about FMCSA compliance is simple. What you don't know will cost you. Every video on this channel is built on one promise: to reveal the hidden traps, the unsolved mysteries, and the money-saving secrets that 90% of carriers never discover until it's too late. Today's video was no exception, but it was only one piece of the puzzle. There's always another layer, another rule, another mistake that carriers make without realizing it. And that is exactly what the next video will uncover. A hidden trap that most new authorities walk straight into because nobody warned them. If you want to be the one who sees it coming, keep this channel close. 2 videos drop every day at 6:30 a.m. and 8 p.m. because your authority, your time, and your money deserve more than guesswork. Until the next one, take a moment, check your filings, review your safety profile, and make sure every document is in order. Because in trucking, the ones who stay ahead are the ones who stay informed. This is New Authority Trucking Insurance Guide, where your success is built on knowledge, not luck. If you want the exact authority transfer checklist and the specific FMCSA support portal navigation to record a transfer properly, drop transfer in the comments below. Everything else is in your hands. Transfer properly or stay liable forever. This content is for educational and informational purposes only and does not constitute legal, financial, or insurance advice. FMCSA, DOT, and insurance regulations vary by state and situation. Please consult with a qualified legal professional, certified insurance agent, or FMCSA authority for specific guidance. The creator assumes no liability for any actions taken based on this content. Always verify current regulations directly with the FMCSA and your insurance provider.